everyone, so welcome to the second Art and Crafts video where we're going to be learning how to make a marionette. So this is the guy that we made last week, so we're going to be developing it a little bit. The materials you're going to need today are some polystyrene balls, a selection of different coloured plasticine, some skewer sticks, some air drying modelling clay, so it doesn't need to go in an oven, a newspaper, 2 little bowls of water. We're going to be mixing some clay in this one later. A cloth, a selection of different coloured fuzzy pom-poms, some PVA glue, a scissors, a paintbrush and some water for your paintbrush. That's all. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is experimenting with different faces for the character. So what we're going to be using is some plasticine, so you can experiment with different kinds of faces and characters that you might like to make. So I have some different ones here. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing, this is one of my marionettes, McGinty, and the way that I developed her face is I first used some plasticine to make this face. So I was just experimenting with different colours and different expressions on her face to see what I'd like to make. So then it's not even complete, just the front. Then when I was happy with the features, I decided to get the air drying clay and make the face. Now, so this is our character that we made last week, just the beginning of the body. So we pierced a hole in the polystyrene ball to put the wire up through so we can hang the string on the head. So just to experiment, there's no need to work on this guy yet. So we can just grab a polystyrene ball and pierce it with a skewer. And if you try and keep it centered so it's going a straight line through the middle, that's good for the weight distribution of the head, so it doesn't hang off center. Okay, so once you have pierced it, we can get an old bottle cap and just put it underneath the ball to secure it so it doesn't roll around the place. So then the next step is to choose a colour plasticine. So maybe we'll go with white. So today we might make a clown just as a character to experiment with. Okay, so we first begin by making the clay warm so it's more easy to roll and to manipulate. So we're just going to cover the front half of the polystyrene ball as it's just a test piece. Now, so we just begin by covering the front. Oops. So you might like to think about what kind of a clown you'd like. Would you like him to have a happy expression, or maybe a mischievous looking expression, or maybe a sad clown? So there's all different kinds of clowns or characters you can make. Some other colours for his mouth. So today I think I might make a happy clown. But you can do your own variation or experiment as well. Oops. So just roll this out into a little sausage shape. Now, so just make 2 long skinny sausages the same length to make the lips. Now I'm And we might use a skewer stick to just mark out where we want the eyes to go. And we can draw with the skewer stick, it's really handy. So I might pick some blue, a blue colour for his eyes. So just make two little blue balls. Now I can pop them into the little holes that I've made. Now I think the clown needs a nose, so get some pink. Now just get the skewer stick and make a little hole there. And just swivel it around a bit. We'll pop the nose in there. Now we can squash it down. And I think maybe some decoration around its eyes. So a little bit of green. So sometimes you see clowns with little triangles on their eyes, or mime artists as well. So I might just make two little triangles. I will pop one under this eye. And one under, above the other one. The skewer stick is really handy for shaping the clay. Now, so once you're happy with your face, you can see if you need to add anything else, or we could experiment with some hair. So now I'm just going to get some coloured pom-poms, so assorted colours. So we've got lots of different sizes. You can see what size you might like to use. Now, so just going to get some PVA glue and a paintbrush. I'm going to get a red, a medium-sized pom-pom, and we'll pop it on his head. So we just keep applying the pom-poms until we fill his head. You need to push them on to secure them. Now, as this is just a test piece, we don't have to cover the back of it if we don't like. Whoops. We can just see if this is the character that we'd like to make out of the air drying clay, which will go hard. So here's our clown. Okay, so just in terms of character design, here are some that I was experimenting with. So we've got a little witch's face here, a man's face, a cat, and a snake person. So we could maybe make fairy tale characters, or more realistic characters, or just play with different colours and shapes. Okay, so for this next part, I'm just going to show you how to use the DAS modelling air dry clay. So we'll just get the little body that we made last week. Now make sure you have a cloth and some water beside you. And just get some clay. So we can move on to this stage once we've decided on what kind of character we'd like to make. I'm just going to show you a basic human face here. So make sure you pull the wire at the top up a little bit, so you've got room. I'm just going to cover this. So the air drying clay dries quite quickly, so you can add some water to it if it starts drying in the heat of your hands. Pop the bottle cap underneath it so it doesn't roll around. So just make sure to smooth all the joins together so it doesn't crack. Now, so once that's covered, we can move on to adding some features. So we'll start with a nose. So we're just going to use this piece as inspiration. So I'm going to do something like this. So when you're adding on a piece to the air drying clay, you need to score the back of it with a toothpick or a skewer. So we score the back and crisscross, and also the area where we'd like to add the new piece. Now, and we'll get a small bit of clay here and just add it to the water and make a slip, just squash up the clay in the water. It acts like a glue. Now, so we can just apply some of that to the piece we're going to add on, and also to the face. Just smooth it on, squashing it down. And you can also score the sides of it to make sure it stays, so it doesn't crack off. You can also use the end of the skewer just to make little holes for the nostrils. Now we're just going to do the same for the eyebrows and for the mouth. So just make a little sausage and score the back of it. And also just score the face as well. Just get some more slip and smooth this down. Now we'll just do the same thing with the mouth. Now, once you're happy with your face, you can just let it dry. It should take about 3 or 4 days, and then it's ready for painting and for maybe adding some hair or different things like that. Okay, so next week we're going to be painting the face. Once the head is dry, we'll be painting the face, the hands and the feet, and also designing some clothing and some hair for your character. So I hope you join me then. Thank you.